Hi, my name's Abby. I'm the last of the FemInspire editors that's going to be vlogging for you this week. I firstly just want to apologise for my slightly gravelly, deep, mannish voice, which I've got because I'm quite sick at the moment. I've just got a very flu-y cold, but you can't catch it through the camera, so that's a bonus! Yay, we can hang out! I guess obviously what you already know from my articles is that I'm a feminist, that I have strong opinions, and that I'm probably going to be sharing these opinions with you on these YouTube vlogs. Today I'm going to talk about something that is very close to my heart and something that gets me very angry. But first, a little bit about me. My name's Abby, as I said. I'm 19, I'm a literature student. I'm a Ravenclaw, I'm an ENFJ, and I love to travel. Travel is my #1 motivation. I try and travel as much as funds will allow, and every spare penny that I get goes in my travel fund. The last place I went was to Greece, which looked like this. And the next place I'm going is New Zealand in 7 weeks, which I'm so incredibly excited about. But today I want to talk about freedom of speech. And I want to talk about people that use freedom of speech in debates in a way that really riles me up and gets me angry. Social debates are tricky things, aren't they? You have these strong principles that you're trying to get across, but your opponent or the person that you're arguing with just doesn't seem willing to come round to your point of view. I don't know about you, but I end up getting more and more frustrated, trying to keep a smile on my face so that everyone doesn't think I'm taking it too seriously, but actually I'm taking the topic very seriously, and I think my opponent is obtuse and won't listen to me. This is like an inner struggle of trying not to explode, but there is one thing that will always cause me to lose this struggle, lose this fight with myself. I absolutely cannot stand those lazy debaters who use the catch-all term freedom of speech to get out of their debate. You know the type. After laying claim to an opinion that you find bigoted, reprehensible, intolerant, and you know, refusing to accept that claim, they look you up and down and they say, well, everyone's entitled to their opinion, Abby. Or eyebrows slightly raised. Are you saying I'm not allowed an opinion? Alternatively, they might engage in a discussion with you, realise that their opinion is actually ill-informed, be unwilling to admit that they're wrong, and end the whole thing by saying, well, I've got freedom of speech, I can say what I want. But me disagreeing with you is not an attempt to deprive you of your freedom of speech. When I was researching the article that I wrote about this issue, and this video obviously, I came up against a bit of a buffer. I looked up the 1948 Universal Declaration of Human Rights, which defines freedom of speech as the freedom to hold opinions without interference. At first I was like, oh, this is really vague and maybe I'm in the wrong, because that implies that you can think whatever you want, and if someone challenges you, then that is indeed an inhibition of your freedom of speech. But then I looked up the word opinion in the dictionary, and an opinion, it turns out, doesn't need to be based on facts or knowledge. So now I've come to understand we've been using the word opinion incorrectly. Now, you might have the opinion that your sports team is the best team in the country, or that a certain pattern of curtains is going to go really well in your bedroom, and yeah, it would be churlish of me to say, no, you're wrong. But asserting that gay people should or shouldn't get married, that women should or shouldn't be allowed to have abortions, those aren't opinions at all, they're arguments. And arguments, unlike opinions, must include reason, facts, experience, or all of the above. Freedom of speech does not entitle you to hold an argument without interference, only an opinion. And in my opinion, a divisive, hate-filled, archaic argument expressed by someone who is unable to justify their view in a manner appropriate for discussion isn't an argument at all. It's just a feeling, an instinct, thoughtless and often offensive. If they fail to back that opinion up, the debate ends on my terms, and nothing rankles me more than some smug debater trying to overturn my win by portraying me as the freedom of speech snatcher. Freedom of speech is one of the oldest and most important human rights. It was a keystone of democracy in Athens as far back as the 6th century BCE. Without Without it, we would not have democracy or politics or education in the forms as we know them. There are so many intelligent discussions we could have surrounding freedom of speech, such as WikiLeaks or North Korea. But using freedom of speech as a get-out-of-jail card to avoid arguing with and possibly learning from someone trivializes the whole concept. We should be grateful for the opportunity to present our arguments when there are so many people that are denied the freedom to do so. Debating and discussing with people who disagree with us should excite us. When I was about 13 or 14, I told everyone within earshot all about how I was allowed an opinion. But let's make a pledge never to utter those words again. Let our arguments be well researched, well informed, and well expressed. Let us have facts and statistics at our fingertips. Let us not be ashamed that we know too little about a topic to engage in a debate. Let us refrain from offensiveness and defensiveness. Discussion is healthy. So that's my message for today, and that's what I think about freedom of speech. Please let me know exactly what you think in the comments, even if and especially if you disagree with me, because I like to read what people who disagree with me think. And I suppose that ends our first week of Feminspire blogging. I hope that you have fallen in love with each and every one of the wonderful women that works for this site. This weekend on Feminspire is Halloween weekend, which means all of our content is Halloween themed. We've got lots of tutorials, lots of beauty, lots of nails, but also some interesting editorials about costumes, about Halloween, and so on. Please go check it out. I will see you next week. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye!